Hello again, everyone, and welcome to part 5 of Bendy and the Dark Revival. Don't think I need to introduce this game anymore and to tell how much I like this game. I really do. It's becoming one of my favorites at the moment. Not gonna lie, it's awesome. It's awesome. So, guys, thank you so much for the support so far on the series. Hope you will enjoy this episode as much as the prior ones. So, with any further ado, let's get on with it. So, let's see where we left off the last time. What horrors which jump scares we're gonna encounter today. So let's see. Did we stop in the pipe? I couldn't actually remember that, but just press continue and hope for the best. Oh yeah. I know this. Yeah, we saw that demon there. Yeah, that's where we left off. And we got. Oh, there it is. Looks like we'll be having a boss fight in a moment, so it's gonna be interesting. Wish me luck. What was that? Loot. Give us some loot. Battle case and gotcha. We are in need of those. It's not like a thing we have in heaps. Battery. Okay, I had an idea that when I saw that out of the corner of my eye that we need to get a move on. Where did we have? Let's charge up the gen pipe. Not that it needed that much, but I'm not sure if it's gonna open doors if it needs to be fully charged. Where was it? Okay, I believe we'll be needing to be very sneaky here. Sneak mode enabled. The safety instruction. Careful position your ink collection method beneath flow nozzle. Do not remove your ink or collection method until ink has completely ceased to flow. Clean the nozzle weekly to prevent blockage. Ignore any voices. Ignore any voices coming from the pipe. What the fuck? Slowly pour any excess ink into the drainage pan. Designed by Gent Corporation. Okay. Okay, so I think that's vents. Yeah, we can go through this over there. I have an idea that it will follow way around here, so we go out on that side, but maybe we can just sneak down here past it. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I believe I was right on the money there. I'm actually just curious. I want to check if I'm right on that, or there could be something of interest hiding. Let's see. Let's have a look-see. It feels like I was on the money there. For once, something pans out. That's good. Yeah. It is a workaround. Let's see. It's there. Let's see, can we sneak out and see what? Okay, we are gonna go that way, I assume. Let's see. Let's wait for it to turn. Gonna force anything stupid here. Ah, shit. Okay, it gets us quickly. It's moving fast when it sees us, for Pete's sake. Okay. Well, we know what to do now. That's the most important part. Oh, I want to force it and see if we can manage to check that thingy for loot. And a lot of batteries. Gotcha. And health. Gotcha. And we got power. Oh, that's an eerie sound, man. Let's go. Let's get this. Let's see. Where will this take us? Where will this take us today? I'm curious. Either this is shortcuts, workarounds, or it's loot. Kind of seemed like a workaround. Or are we in another area now? Ah, we are in another area. There's kind of a workaround. Yeah, I want to make another one. We have them in stock now. That's good. Every time we find a... Oh, there's a morgue. Oh. I'm still curious how far we are from the end. Oh, it's now here. What the fuck? Seems like a dead end. Let's go, let's get this. Condemned. Omnius much? Cycle breakers, okay. There's a recharge station.
That's
what?
where the ghosts live. Just beyond that door.
Oh shit.
The keeper's prison.
Shit.
No one ever comes out. At least, they're never quite the same. But I could open the door for you. I do know how. I really do.
Thank you. That would...
But first, maybe play a game? Oh, I love to play games. I like hide and seek best. Find me, and I'll open the door for you. I promise. Look away while I hide, and no peeking.
Try not to. Seek out Heidi. Gotcha, okay. So we're gonna play some hide and seek with the ink monster. Are we gonna go back down? For fuck's sake. We're playing with fire here, for real. Loot there. Still not sure what to use these for, if we will ever find a use for them. Okay, I can hear her giggle. Not in here. I am my thought process right now is just, I think just we need to backtrack, so to say. Loot? No loot. Oh, it's close. Whoa. Could be something up there, maybe. Oh, wait. A ladder. Let's move up there. Have an idea that might be the way we need to go. I mean, okay, it was there before, so it's not like the game's trying to tell us something or anything. Let's see. Another recorder.
Experiment 26. Frequented delays.
There's just collectibles up there now. Nothing out of the ordinary interest. Use this. I wonder if can. So make sure he will not see us if we fall, if this is not gonna work. There. Nope. Too short. Yeah, I'm not thinking that would be the way. Was in the canteen. There was an event we can go. Okay, that just takes us back to the other area. See, let's just sneak. Oh wait. That was where we came from. I think now I'm actually a bit confused right now. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, what's that? Oh shit! Oh, it found us. It didn't kill us first time. That was close. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sweating. I'm sweating already. What the fuck? That's too early with the jumpy scares. Motherfucker. Wait a second, step there before. Where to find Heidi? Okay, the giggles have stopped when we entered this area, so I'm not. I believe we've gotten too far back. That will also make sense, game world-wise, if you know what I mean. And that would just be too far backtrack. I will need some help. Hide, motherfucker. Get away. Okay, we can see it out there. The big old enemy. Oh. Take a chance now. See if we can. I won't forget we can actually do that work around there. I just want the battery. There we go. Any loot? Nothing of interest. So let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure what to actually do right now. Other than we heard that giggle. I'm sure that has something to do where to go, that the sound of the giggle will intensify the closer we get to Heidi. Shit. That freaked me out, not gonna lie. That was a jump scare. I got the chills. I believe that the game was actually generous enough that we actually only need to get to this area to find Heidi, and I believe it has something to do with these places up there. Yeah, we can hear her again now, loud and clear. It could actually, but I want to get some health first, foremost. We know there was a vending machine in here. Let's go and get that health sorted and check. There we go. Let's go. Let's get this. And then I believe there was one thing now that I noticed is that there was Can we do something here? Oh, it ran away. Oh, there was actually a I forgot that we had that tunnel to just go out on. Can we actually see how many slugs do we have? I feel we have 138, I think it must mean. That's enough. Oh, that's plenty. Okay, that's... I want to investigate. Is that something we can open now? Nope. I have that idea. You see, I'm just gonna backtrack now a bit. This was where we found her. Yeah. So, and I believe strongly that those plateaus, I call them that is where we need to go. That's where we'll find her. Up there, sort of, maybe. Just how to go there. Why can't... What the fuck? Why couldn't we go down there? That was weird. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second, that was actually lucky as fuck. There's a safe game point up here where we tried to go before. Oh, she's there.
Oh, you did it! You found me! Oh, this is so exciting!
Okay, that was lucky as fuck. That was fast travel.
Now, can you open that door for me?
Oh, yes.
Like the best kind.
I think you'll find it's open now. Oh, and also, let me give you something.
What are you gonna give us?
Special.
Special?
Just a small reminder of our game together.
Little upgrade? What did you do? Fast travel. What was behind is now ahead. Interact with the linker pipes to fast travel between two specific locations. In dark places you've already been. Hold new secrets. Replayability, my shit. Nice. We do enjoy that. Okay, no, but she should have done that differently and tried to go back. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We just want to progress. We want to get a move on. We want to get away from that filthy beast.
Really?
Deep 6 level badge required beyond this point. Shit. What do we have here?
Excuse me. Sir? Can you help me?
You must be really lost to be asking me for help.
I'm just looking for answers. About the keepers, Wilson, the cycle. Anything could help.
What's your name?
Audrey. What's yours?
Honestly, I've almost forgotten. My name is Henry.
Have you been a prisoner long?
The Keepers think you're a threat to their plans. They lock you away. Forever. Still, it's given me time to think. Things like, if you haven't eaten in years, you might not be human.
Why would you be a threat to them?
I'm what they call a cycle breaker. Once upon a time, I knew how to start the cycle over. And when that happens, everything begins again. Completely new. Obviously, Wilson and the Keepers don't want that to happen.
How did you do it?
Reset the cycle? Turns out the Ink Demon himself is the key. This world is his, but even he must obey its rules. For now, at least. If you can get him to look at something very specific, it will reset everything.
What is it?
It's just a reel of film. with the words, "the end." I can see it in my mind every day. They keep it upstairs in the pit.
I'll see if I can break in and steal it. Maybe if I reset the cycle, we could make things better for everyone here.
And what about you?
I just want to go home.
So did I. Good luck, Audrey. If you need me again, you know where to find me.
Okay, that wasn't a good sound to get back to the game with. What the fuck? Let's see. Alright, so what will we find? What will we bring? Or what will this adventure bring us now? Oh, let's give this excuse me. Let's see. Anything of interest? That I think that's the way we came, right? Yeah. So left is just where we saw that guy. Gotcha. Henry. Gotcha. So we need to go. Can we also have upstairs? Oh, this is just a room. What the fuck? Nothing of interest here, really. Okay. So we need to take the ladder up. Seems like the only way out of here, so that's where we're gonna go. I will admit, I'm curious how much game there is left, though. I have no clue why I did this. I just did it. Just because I can, motherfucker. Security lock. Open. That's me. No, did I just turn around and stuff again? Yeah, I believe so. I did. Yeah. Motherfucker. Shit. Stop doing that BS. For Pete's sake. Oh, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. Was this one before? No, it's not. New area unlocked. Nothing here. Can we open this door? Nope. Locked. What about this? Locked. Let's see. Push. Entry. Why do I feel like Wilson on the other side or something? He's gotta get it. Keeper. Okay. Yeah, bus line didn't come to Please. Nope. No. Get away. We don't wanna. It's too early. Don't like this. Please? Shit. I don't think that was a death scene. But you kinda never know right now, right? I mean, what the fuck? And Wilson is there.
A savior comes at last.
Huh?
Wilson?
Rest
What?
yourself, Audrey. You're still weak. The keepers can be relentless to strangers. But there's nothing to fear as long as I'm with you. You're safe now.
You did this to me. You brought me here. Turned me into this thing. This doesn't make sense. I've never done anything to you.
Open your eyes and look around you. None of this makes sense. Drawn walls, nightmarish creatures, an ancient studio that died out almost 30 years ago. It's all fiction, utter nonsense. And yet, in here, it exists. It breathes. It flourishes. Reality, guided by its master's pen. The foundation for a new reality. We can bleed into our own. Just think of it. Anything we create in here, we can release out there. But first, this world must be controlled. Made
Did he just make an
safe.
I suppose, oh, no, that's a little Bendy.
Things,
What?
these angels and demons, are they really life? Or are they just
What?
stains?
What the fuck?
Old mistakes ready to be cleansed away for newer, greater things.
What do you want from me?
I need your help to save my father's life.
What?
What?
Yeah. Audrey, we
This is our
think.
start. We'll talk more once we're safely inside.
Chapter 5, The Dark Revival. I actually thought there maybe there only was 5 chapters. I'm not sure if this will be the last one. I'm just looking at what the fuck. Okay. I thought that was something we could pick up. Nope. Is that a gen pipe?
Stay close. This place isn't as safe as it once was.
I just baffled by what happened there, man. But hey, this is actually a great game for sure. Oh, I did not see him there. Is he not on the phone or what? Shit, I'm just gonna stay quiet here, I guess. Oh, one more. Okay, I'm not sure which actually there's 2 ways here. It seems like they're not interesting us at all. Okay, what do we have here? What do we have here? Old Track 77 is a quiet place these days. Ever since that terrible crash a few years back, people don't like to hang around. Too many strange things keep happening on this platform. Last week, one of the railmen told me they had reports of some train going through. Wasn't on schedule. There were figures standing in the cars staring through the windows, but it never stopped to let no one off. Just kept on going straight through. Some said it was Silver Lane Express, the train that crashed Kitty Thompson. Wait a second, was this basically just a workaround as well? Maybe it was actually. Come to think of it. Oops. Can we also... Can do anything on these train tracks? Just really need to go up and away. Okay, it seems like they don't really care two shits about us. I'm guessing as long as we just don't go in front of them, maybe. They are very occupied with stuff. I mean, one of them is choking another one. Another ink thing about. That's just the tracks we went out to before. That's Wilson. Hey, Wilson,
The
a guy.
demon's evil continues to spread. This woman has begun to shudder.
Be quiet.
What did you say?
Nothing. It was nothing.
Nothing.
Almost there. Just a quick stop. Won't take but a moment. The subject will stand in the designated location.
Hello, hello. Wilson, the man who killed the ink demon. What? Relax. Wilson knows your purpose. The man who killed the ink demon. Crazy. Oh, we need to stand here. Gotcha. Do we want to stand here? when Step Before played my first model, we don't want to be here.
The subject will submit all weapons for further screening. Disarm now.
Okay, what? So we're not allowed to check. Oh, do we get a gun now? Do we? Okay.
The subject is cleared for entry.
I'm not sure I like this at all. We're now unarmed.
Welcome to the civilized world.
Oh, this looks nice.
How do you like my signal towers?
It's
They
nice.
nullify the ink demon's powers, so you cannot pass them.
So is Wilson actually a good guy or a bad guy?
Those are friends at the Gent Corporation.
I'm confused very much indeed. Okay, let's actually, I want to hear what Wilson has to say before we go any further. Want to make sure we don't miss out on anything.
And now, my dear, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to prepare. We'll talk later, I promise. Besides, you must be very tired.
That
A
is
quick
true.
rest will do
How did you know?
good. Betty will show you to your room. She's my house.
What sorcery and fuckery is this?
Other things.
You
Always get
never actually killed the ink demon,
recommended
did
a
you?
special one, but
No, he's too powerful to destroy. So we sealed him away, trapped him in a different form. One that was smaller, harmless.
Bendy.
It was a
Bendy.
fitting prison.
What?
Although he seems to have found a way to free himself. But enough talk. We'll deal with that soon enough.
I
There's
bet
some
you
nice
we
fresh
will.
blankets all laid out for you. You'll be dreaming in no time.
Wait, Wilson? One more thing. If you needed my help, why didn't you just ask?
Would you have believed me?
Come along, and no
actually
more
good-
dawdling.
Good
This way
question.
now.
Good question, actually, because he was ominous from the get-go. But my initial thought of him when we saw him, it was like,
Loves.
shit,
It's so
that's gonna be
exciting
the
finally
main
meeting
villain.
us. Now, to give you some bearings, we're currently standing in the south wing. Wilson's laboratory is downstairs, and
Okay,
then
this game
there's the
seemed, I
north
thought it
wing.
was near the end, but it seems like it's way longer all of a sudden. Also, we got introduced to the fast travel.
The ink demon got in
Kind of
there a
give me the
while
feeling that
ago,
we're in the
and
beginning of
ever
the game. I did
since,
not know it was
we've
this
had to
big.
keep the north
But it's
wing
cool. It's
locked up
cool.
tight. I'm afraid it's fallen into ruins by now. All those juicy, lovely books gone to waste. Only keepers know that these days, and they'll tear you apart limb from limb if Wilson isn't with you. So, mind your distance, and you'll be just fine.
Excuse me. I'll try and mind our business. Where we're supposed to go? Miss Tippy Toe?
It's not very often I have guests to look after, especially one I can actually talk to. Almost everyone here either can't speak or they're completely mad. All right, here we are. Best room in the house.
Thank you. Much
You should
appreciated.
see where I sleep. Ugh. But this room, oh,
Gilson's
just
sleeping
perfect.
drafts.
I saw to every detail. Bed is clean. The
Pinch
bathroom
of
is on
salt,
the
cocoa
left.
powder,
Sorry about the
chamomile,
stains.
soybeans.
I did try my best to get them out.
Smoke champagne in a glass and then drink. Except 3 sips of water. Whoa. The Monk and the Maiden, Volume 1, by Sir Wilton Moore, Chapter 1, The Dangerous Forest. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a mugger cheese. But it's not an ordinary mugger cheese, as you'll find in any home or kitchen of age. No, this mugger cheese was a distant descendant of one of the 3 grand flagon kings. The same kings who had charged on horseback to defend the capital city during the unforgettable conquests of the previous century. To which of these flagon kings he hailed from, the monk was unsure. But still, there was honor and courage in his heart. His family line heralded of deeds long past that had never changed the course of stooped history. Did he have a name? Of course, all mocks of cheese have names. This is common knowledge, just as every fruit bat is really named Stanley. The mugger cheese was named Richter the Cracked. What a name! I can hear you say, cracked indeed. This mugger cheese bears no damage that I can see. Fall silent, you small-minded bass. You small-minded bass. For the inlines, our intriguing story. Let's begin at the beginning. It was a hot winter day in the forest. One of those days where everything is dull brown. The lake was still. The birds had shut up, and the trees were but sticks in the overcast sky, save for a lone pine that skimmed that clouds above like a painter's brush. It was on this day that Mr. Double Mouse was in a hurry. He had just been named as Vermin of the Year by the Society Brethren, Brethren, that lived under the old church, and it was customary for the honoree to bring the fine port wine cheese to the ceremony. There were only hours to locate some of the precious cuisine. Fortunately, Mr. Double Mouse knew exactly where to find it, the dark cellar below the governor's castle. But unfortunately, as he approached the loose plank of wood in the old wall, he failed to realize that the heavy rain that had come during the night had passed moisture into the plank, making it far heavier than usual. Thus, when he pushed the plank with all his might, it lifted just enough to push his body only halfway through. But his strength just couldn't contend with the weight of the plank, and his arms failed. The plank snapped back down, crushing him flat. Oh, how many pages are there? After all, this story is not about Mr. Double Mouse, or had forgotten the mug of cheese already. I can see how you might connect the two. Mr. Double Mouse was, after all, looking for cheese, And we were talking about a mugger cheese just before. Sadly, I must inform you that there is no relation between Richter the Cracked and the rodent, who is now nothing more than but more than smooch guts inside the wall. Except there is, for it was death of Mr. Mouse that started all the trouble. You see, when things die, they tend to smell, and that's just what Mr. Mouse did. But that's not all. His body pinned between the outside and the inside of the wood wall had made a perfect passage of the wind, sorry. The wind, therefore, carried the stench of his decaying mouse carcass deeper into the governor's home. Like a snaking, twisting wisp of terror, the smell settled into a little tavern near the courtyard of the castle. Here solely was spent many long hours when there was no bloodlust to soothe the battle. Strong ales and red meats filled the menu from back to front at this rustic medieval greasy spoon. Most of the customers came to look upon the bar maiden, Maxine, who was actually named Rita. Rita was by far the best looking creature in all the governor's country. There was a beautiful deer woman just over the hill, but no one knew that. By day, Rita scrubbed her tavern so clean you could eat of it, which was fortunately that it was a place who indeed would be eating. Since it was a tavern, by night she served her customers with charm, grace, but mostly with drinks. Did I mention that Rita was married? Well, I'm mentioning it now. Rita was married. Her husband was James. He didn't do much till he died. The smell of Mr. Dalmouse knocked him flat. And that, my friends, was that. Oh dear, the story has barely begun and already we killed two major characters. Needless to say, Rita was deeply distressed by the whole thing. But 20 or so minutes later she realized she couldn't mourn forever and went to buy some cheese. Ah yes, don't worry, dear reader. This time the mention of cheese will probably guide us to meeting our focal hero of tale. Also, this is a good time to start a new chapter. Okay, how? Whoa, that's a lot of reading. Okay. Rita entered the cheese shop with her guns blazing. I'm speaking metaphorically, of course. By which I mean she entered the cheese shop quite determined to buy some cheese. This was because just the night before, as her husband James was taking note of a weird smell in the room, she had invented a delicious new concoction, a cheddar cider. It was sure to be a hit with the patrons. After all, the governor's country only had two export cheese and grapes, and she couldn't possibly make a drink from a grape. But back to cheese shop scene. Excuse me. Rita knocked on the door, on the counter loudly, with her fist causing the nearby cat to do absolutely nothing as cats do. From behind the wall, she heard a stir as someone was crashing through the piles of cheese to make their way toward her. Emerging gloriously from the torn yellow curtains, an old man came into view. He was a giant statue with a long, long gray beard. Bobbing along and stuck within his beard were all manner of cheese crumbs and wedges, wrapped tightly within his hairs, but yet he held one more cheese on ropes pulled across his chest. With loops of provolone linked like sausage over one shoulder. His eyes were big, and his ears were bigger still. A smile of kindness erupted from his face as he locked eyes with Rita. My, the Kurds are kind to me this hour. Hello and welcome, he bellowed. Rita bowed low and promptly began to cry. The shop owner looked at her, perplexed. What did I say wrong? The barmaiden sniffed and snorted, and finally answered, Forgive me, for my husband has just died, and I'm out of Swiss. I'm going to pause now in the story to ask myself why Mr. Mouse went to the cellar in the governor's house for cheese if there was a cheese shop nearby. I think it's best that we overlook this glaring problem in the plot, don't you? Now back to the story at hand. Rita purchased a large amount of cheese from the shop owner. She bought cheese wheels and cheese melts and cheese slices. She bought cheese whistles and cheese bread. She bought cheese paper, cheese sandwiches. She bought as much cheese, in fact, that she had lost track of all she had obtained, and just dumped all the fromage into a large burlap sack for return journey to the tavern. Good day, Rita. Goodbye. Goodbye, Rita, the shop owner called as he waved farewell. Goodbye, Daniel, she called back. His name was Murray, by the way. Overburdened by her treasures, Rita made her way home, following the main road to the castle. But as it always happens, the road was now under repair. A man with a skinny mule was plowing up the dirt so that he could put down new cobblestone. Four of his associates were standing by, watching him. The job would only take a few hours to finish, but Rita was in a hurry, so she followed the detour sign that told her to take a different route to her left. Unfortunately, one could read in the governor's country. No one could read in the governor's country, so he went right instead. The mishap took her deep into the forest, where absolutely nothing of interest happened, except something of interest did happen. As she trotted on through the forest, her sack of cheese weighing her down, muttering complaints all the way. Little did she know that danger lay just ahead. This danger was cunning and dangerous. Had one of those out-of-place eyebrow hair that drives you nuts when you're talking to someone who has one. The danger we will call Bernard, the big ugly lizard man who wears a blue cloak. Um, Bernard didn't often have visitors in his house. This was because he lived outside. Also, he was rather fond of human flesh, which made him very unpopular. So obviously you can see excuse me. Obviously you can see the drama unfolding here. But beautiful but tired, Rita huffing and puffing up the winding path as she approaches a certain doom. Bernard watching from behind a nearby tree, licking his lips. The tension is tense, is it not? At this point in time, we must pause again to ponder all the possibilities that could happen now in our story. Two characters had died already. Surely a third wouldn't hurt anything. Are you perhaps just reading the story because you want to see who'll get the axe next? You are a little warped. Do you know what? Well then, let's see what happened next. Bernard stepped from behind his hiding place, his eyebrow gleaming in the fading sun. Dear madam, why must you pass through so fast? He called with his eyes glimmering. I must get home, Bernard, because for one, it's getting late, and if customers to serve, and second, because you eat people, Rita replied. How much more? Oh shit. Eat people, Rita replied. Poppycock, balderdash, codswabble. I won't hear these lies against my character. He detested, for I, Bernard, the big ugly lizard man who wears a blue cloak, had completely reformed myself. Rita squinted suspiciously at him. You have? Bernard put a hand to his heart. I have. I no longer prowl or prounce. I won't attack or bounce. I'll not kill or maim or tear. I won't crush or even bite you anywhere. I promise I won't devour anymore. My gosh, you become a bore. If you weren't going to be the danger in this story, I've come all this way with 100 pounds of cheese for nothing, Rita grumbled. She boosted her sack further up her shoulders and turned with an angry grunt, but Bernard waved after her in panic. Wait! It's all a ruse. I intended to eat you, dear woman. I swear it, he cried. It's all a trick, you see, a new angle. I worked on some guy yesterday. Oh, please stay. Rita sighed. Her strength just gone from the long adventure she had taken since she left home that morning. She turned back to face Bernard. All right, she said, but your part in the story better lead to an unexpected turn of events. Oh, it will. Bernard clapped and waggled his clawed finger to motion her to draw nearer. Just wait until the next chapter. Chapter 3. All looked quite dire for Rita. Bernard had her within his grasp. Surely it would just be mere moments before his jaws collapsed upon her head. Oh, what a horrible end for Rita, needless to say. I'm worried for her. But but as luck would have it, miles and miles away, 20 years earlier, something amazing happened. Two mugs of cheese, a Gouda and a mozzarella, welcomed their first son into the world. I don't think I need to tell you his name. It was Dave. No one liked Dave. After that, their second son came forth, Richter the Cracked, just called Richter at that time. Richter spent his early life stealing cowbells and putting them on skunks. This way, people always knew when danger was nearby. Needless to say, Richter was one smart mug of cheese, but all could not remain perfect forever. And suddenly, the great skunk famine began. Richter found his world in array, and he sought a new purpose. Fortunately, there was an opening in the governor's a county for an adventurer at the time, and since he was a descendant of the three Grand Flagon Kings, he was boosted to the head of the line. Because, as we all quite aware, even in olden times, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Thus, the adventures of Richter began. He braved he braved deep dungeons. He slayed the great beasts. He sailed around the world despite the fact that he didn't own a boat. Richter was truly the stuff of a legend. But did I mention the curse? Yes, fair readers. There is a curse, a fiendish and terrible curse. One morning, while Richter was in the governor's country, he came upon a witch named Witch. This witch just pulled a powder cake from her over where she then proceeded to start interesting it, ingesting it, sorry, right there in front, on the front walk of her home. At once, Richter knew this creature was pure evil, eating cake this early in the morning and without ice cream. This was truly a fiend that needed to be vanquished. Sorry. Uh, Richter jumped her fence and pulled his sword. Would you like some pound cake? The witch offered. It looked quite delicious. Richter would not let himself be seduced into early morning cake, so he approached closer with his weapon at her throat. The witch began to sweat, with a mouthful full of crumbs. I also make a mean scone if you want to wait. Now no gentleman or gentleman could refuse a good scone, so Richter withdrew his sword and patiently waited for the witch to create these new buttery pastries. But what he didn't know was that the witch accidentally had bumped her table and had added within the mixture a vial of cursed liquid. See? I told you there was a curse. You were fair warned. The moment Richter ate of the scones, he fell into a deep sleep. The witch, baffled, finished her cake and proceeded to get a civil service job in a nearby town. As years rolled by, all that remained of the witch house was carried off by elves, and her garden became overgrown. This left only Richter, asleep in the forest, with no end of his dreaming in sight. But the story thankfully does not end here, for as luck would have it, a giant man covered in cheese with big eyes and big ears wandered past the sleeping mug. In case you've forgotten, this was the cheese shop owner Murray, sometimes called Bill, unable to resist cheese of any kind, even a mug of stuff. Murray took Richter to his shop and set him on a shelf. Here Richter sat for many years, until this very fateful day. You see, in Rita's haste to gather up all the cheese she had purchased, she had swept a few things that did not belong to her into the sack as well. These items included the cat on the counter, a personalized pen, Mary's cash box. I think she'll be hearing about this one eventually. And the last but not least, Richter himself, still deeply asleep. So now that our two stories have come together, let's discover what happened next to Rita and Richter in the climax chapter. Chapter 4, the climax chapter. I think this, yeah. It was the same hot winter day in the forest, and Miss Darble Mouse was finally starting to get concerned. Just down the road, Rita was being drawn toward an almost certainly bloody and horrific end to her life. Bernard was just moments from taking her within his lizard jaws, and mere hours from trimming his eyebrows. Rita stood her ground. She was no damsel in distress, but simply a person who was pretty darn tired at this point. She pulled the burlap sack of cheese from her body and swung it hard with every last bit of strength she had left in her. Sorry. An ear-shattering crack broke through the silent trees as the bagger made contact with Bernard's shook face. His teeth flew in all directions, falling like pebbles on the ground. His eyeballs dislodged and rolled into a nearby stream. His jawbone turned completely around and planted itself on the back of his head. Bernard ran screaming into the woods, never to be seen again this week. He cries faded, and the forest once again felt soft and quiet. A cow walked by. Rita, still standing with her sack outstretched in her arms, stood wide-eyed at what had just happened. Surely no cheese in her bag was hard enough for that kind of impact. As she placed her burlap sack upon the dirt and peeled it open, she was amazed to find Richter, the mock cheese, inside and looking quite dazed. He had awakened, and the curse was finally lifted. Excuse me. Somewhere behind the desk. Ah, somewhere behind the desk. Rich looked up and nodded with a smile. But oh dear reader, look, look. What was now upon his mock body? A giant elegant crack, the very mark of a warrior. His hero's journey was finally completed. Richter the Cracked had emerged. Yes, it's true that Richter really didn't do anything important in the attack on Bernard, but just by Richter being being where he was at the perfect time, he had saved Rita with fates that were with them. Um, Richter and Rita talked and laughed and ate cheese until the sun went down. Finally, they packed up their picnic and headed back to the tavern, where they met with cheers of excitement. This mostly because the guys had found out that Rita was now single. As the night wore on into the early morning of hours, the tavern remained alive in the castle courtyard, with singing and dancing and cheddar cider. Oh, what a celebration! But like all parties of such proportion, eventually everyone sobers up and you have to go home before long. It was dawn, and the sun began to rise steadily in the west, marking a fresh adventure on the horizon. A wind of new direction began to blow with a more steady pace. It skidded across the ground and found its way between the floorboards on the governor's castle. Here, against all odds, it found the barely remaining body of Mr. Double Mouse. The wind carried the stench far beyond the borders of the castle, over the mountains and deep within a dark cave where evil slept. What the heck is that smell? Said Evil, awaiting with hellfire burning behind his eyes. Eventually, news of his great evil spread from town to town until it reached the eyes of Richter the Cracked. He polished his sword and gathered some crumbs of bread to store in his mug. Wearing his best expression of courage, Richter once again set off to conquer the day. His story was not yet over. But for now, dear reader, we return to our own lives. So let this end this tale with one closing thought, shall we? But we cracked or small or even dead, there's always a purpose to where we all led. But brave and strong, and least forget, fate isn't quite done with any of us just yet. The end. So guys, this will end the video for today with a great old story there. Thank you so much for your time watching. Again, if you like what you've seen, I appreciate a like, subscribe, notification bell, and to all the members. Appreciate so much doing this full time, but again, it's not paying full time with YouTube. So without you guys, I would sincerely not be in this place where I'm right now. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And until next time, thanks for the recommendation. I appreciate this.